In today's video, I'll be showing you guys how to plot the slope-intercept form in Python Matplotlib. In the last video, we talked about the standard form of linear equations and how to plot them. And the standard form of linear equations that we went over last time was y equals to mx plus c. And in the equation, m is equal to the slope and c is equal to the intercept. And last time we put a value for c which was 0. So our actual equation was y equals to mx. So in this video, we'll consider a value for c and then visualize the plot in Python. We will also consider the following equations: y equals to x, y equals to negative x, y equals to x plus 2, y equals to negative x plus 2, y equals to x minus 2, and finally y equals to negative x minus 2. So I'm first going to quickly describe what slope and an intercept is. So slope is the change in x and y, otherwise known as delta x over delta y, or rise over run. And an intercept is a point in a graph where a line intersects the y-axis, and this is found when x is equal to 0. So for example, if x equals to 0 and y equals to 3, then the intercept would be positive 3. Just before we get into the video, I just wanted to let you know that you're first going to need to install a library for Matplotlib. If you haven't already, watch my other video where I've shown how to install Matplotlib. I'll also link the video down in the description below. With that out of the way, we'll now start out with the coding part. Alright, so I already have all the code over here, so I'm just going to explain what each line of code means. So let's start off with the top. So we first are importing two libraries, and the first one we're importing matplotlib, and the second one we're importing numpy. So matplotlib will help us to graph our actual graph, and numpy is just like a high level of math, so it'll help us to do whatever we're doing up back here. Go down here, then we're doing our coordinates for x and y, so these will just be the x and y axis. So x equals to np.linespace, and I'll explain what this does in just a bit. And then we're writing y equals to x. So once again, I'll just explain this in just a bit, and this is just going to be our x and y axis. And then down here we're adding a title to our graph, and the title is just plotting intercepts. And then down here we're adding a label to our x and y axis, just saying x axis and y axis. So it's just our labels. And down here is where actually all of our magic happens, and this is where we actually plot our line. So we're first going to be plotting y equals to x, and we're just going to make the line equal to red, the color red, and we will be doing more examples in just a while. And then down here we're just going to be showing the grid and plotting the grid. So right now we're just going to be plotting y equals to x, and if you didn't know, y equals to x should just run through 0, 0, and it should look like a straight line. So let's see if we can get that result. So let's just run this program right here, and this should open up, and from here we can see that it does run through 0, 0, the line. It goes through the x-axis of 0 and the y-axis of 0, and it is a straight line. So in fact, this plot did work. So now if we try to add another one here, so let's just duplicate this by just copying and paste it, and then we're going to write y equals to x, and then we're just going to add plus 2. So since this is an intercept, we're going to know that it should be 1, 2 steps higher. So if we run this, we should expect to see it should have gone up by 2. So here's our second line. So our first line ran through x and y 0, 0, and now this one actually went from the x to 0, and it went to y of 2. So the intercept here is 2 because we added this plus 2 here. And we can also change this color to a different color so we won't get confused. And if we just run it one more time, then we can see that the intercept does change. So now we're going to be adding another one to this. So we're just going to duplicate this one again. And then here, instead of adding plus 2, we're just going to add minus 2. So based on the inference from doing it from here, we saw that it moved up twice. So now we can guess that it will move down twice as well. So instead of going up twice, we're going to go down twice in the y-axis. So if we run this, we can see a new line that pops up, and it is going from x 0 and y to negative 2. This is y equals to x minus 2. So now I'm just going to quickly explain what this np.linespace does. So if we run this one more time, then I'm going to just quickly explain what it does. So as we can see here, we got our new line. I just changed the color to green so it'd be easier to see. And basically what this does is that it puts our coordinates over here. So we're going from minus 3 to positive 3 and to 6. So depending on how big your line is, it will range from 3 to 6. And since this one doesn't have to go all the way to 6, we're just doing it until 4. So now we're going to be adding more lines, And what we can just do is we're just going to duplicate this. So just copy all of this and just paste it in. And now each time for the x, we're just going to put a minus sign in front of it, which just means y equals to negative x, y equals to negative x plus 2, y equals to negative x minus 2. So if we run all, actually we should change the colors first so we don't get confused. So let's just write purple. Let's change this one to probably cyan, and this one to orange. So now if we run this, we're going to see about 3 more lines popping up on our graph. And we can see that it does look a little messy, but we can change that later on. But as of right now, let's look at the purple line, so y equals to negative x. So we can see here that it is y equals to negative x because it's going like this. And for our y equals to x, it's going like this. And they're both running through 0, 0. So these two are correct. And now let's check y equals to negative x plus 2. So if we go to the line cyan, we can see that it does go like here, and it is in the intercept of y equals to 2. And we can see that the other one, which is the blue line, y equals to x plus 2, so it is running through here, and they're both running through it. So that's also correct. And finally, we have 2 more points, which is the green line and the orange line. So here we can see, let's start off with the orange line, and the orange line says y equals to negative x minus 2, and we can see that is also correct because here is the y-axis for 0, and then it's going down by negative 2. And then this is our line, which is going like this. That means it is negative x. And that's basically it for this Python tutorial. If you guys did end up enjoying this tutorial, don't mind to drop a like and subscribe. Also, don't mind to check out the other videos that I have made in the series, and those include how to plot linear equations and how to plot multiple points in Python. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.